Hello again, everybody. Filling in for Scott Casper, I'm Ross Peterson, and it's time to take a look at the news from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. It's Division I Championship Week, and by the time our program airs, the tournament will be well underway at the Scottrade Center in St. Louis. The University of Missouri enters as the #1 team in the nation with an undefeated dual meet record and a victory at the national duels. The Tigers have never won an NCAA wrestling championship and would love to make history in their home state. Standing in their path will be teams like Iowa, Ohio State, Cornell, and Minnesota, who are all just as confident in their ability to win the team title. If you can't make it to St. Louis, you can catch all 6 sessions on ESPN television networks and every match on ESPN3. ESPN will televise the semifinals on March 20th and the finals on March 21st in primetime. ESPNU will televise the first and second sessions on March 19th, the quarterfinals on March 20th, and the medal round on March 21st. You can also catch all the action on Watch ESPN. Providing the commentary will be Anthony Robles, Jim Gibbons, Tim Johns, Adam Amin, Sean Kenny, Quint Kesnick, and Billy Baldwin. For his top 5 stories at this year's NCAA Division I Championships, here's Richard Immel with USA Wrestling's 5-pointer.
What's up, guys? NCAA Championship Week, a lot of hype, a lot of build-up for this one. Going to be some great storylines to follow, so I'm going to give you 5 of my personal favorite storylines that we need to watch out for as we go through the tournament. Starting out at number 5, I want to take a look at the Hodge Trophy race, the most prestigious award in college wrestling. You got 8 undefeated wrestlers right now heading into the NCAAs. You got Allen Waters, Dardanes, Stieber, Martinez, Derringer, Kokesh, Cox, and Gwizdowski. So it's going to be a tight race. All those guys undefeated right now. Stieber currently leads the NCAA most dominant rankings, so he is potentially your leader in the clubhouse should he be able to finish out his undefeated season and win his 4th NCAA title. Derringer, Gwizdowski follow close behind in those NCAA most dominant rankings. So keep your eye on that as we move forward and follow the upsets, ups and downs of the tournament. Number 4, we're going to take a look at the seeding. A lot of talk this year about the seeds, good, bad, ugly. So I'm going to start off. We've got some injured guys coming in as contenders. At least at the start of the season, they were thought of as contenders. Got 2-time NCAA champ Jesse Delgado. He's unseeded. Josh Kindig, NCAA runner-up, unseeded. Hunter Stieber, couple-time All-American, unseeded as well. AJ Shop, 9 seed, and Cody Brewer, 13 seed at 133. And that's just the top half of the bracket. I mean, that's a loaded, stacked weight class, especially that top half. And then, the Missouri got some favorable seeding in the eyes of some folks as well. Eblin getting the 4 seed, Mays getting the 3 seed. So I can see Iowa, Ohio State fans, Minnesota fans not in favor of those seeds of Missouri, but it is what it is. That's the seeds, and we all know seeding doesn't hold true at the NCAA tournament. Number 3, we're going to move to Jesse Delgado, looking for his 3rd NCAA title. I mean, it's going to be a long road for him to get to that pinnacle again. But, he comes in unseeded. He's injured. He's banged up. We know that. 9-3 record this year. His potential road to the finals, 9 seed Tyler Cox, 8 seed Dylan Peters, 1 seed Allen Waters, 4 seed Nathan Tomasello, and 2 seed Nashawn Garrett in the finals, potentially a rematch from last year. Obviously, seedings don't hold up. We'll see how it shakes out, but that is a tough road for the defending 2-time NCAA champion. Number 2, we're going to take a look at the team race. It's going to be super exciting, maybe more exciting than it ever has been. You got 4 or 5 teams vying for the title. Missouri comes in the top-ranked team in the land, undefeated on the season in duels. MAC champions, took out Iowa in the national duel finals. So they're your favorites coming in. You got Iowa, who is loaded, Ohio State, who is loaded, has some firepower, some bonus power. Those 2 co-Big Ten champs at the Big Ten tournament a couple weeks ago. You also got teams like Cornell, EIWA champion, in Minnesota, who have 4, 5, 6 guys who could get on the All-American podium and really shake things up in the team race. It's going to be a real tight one and one of the most talked about and exciting storylines as we progress through the NCAA tournament this weekend. And number 1, looking at Logan Stieber, looking for his 4th NCAA title, trying to become the 4th 4-timer in NCAA history. He's undefeated right now at 141. He's looked dominant so far. There's a couple guys that I could see pushing him. You got Mitchell Port, Levon Mays, Devin Carter, Nick Dardanes. Those kind of guys can get in there and wrestle with him. But we could see some history here with Logan Stieber pulling off his 4th straight NCAA title. So, you know, it's going to be an exciting week of action in St. Louis. You won't want to miss it. All of the sessions are going to be broadcast live on ESPN3, as well as a combination of ESPNU and ESPN with the semis and finals being on ESPN. So you won't want to miss it. Tune in NCAA Championship Weekend. I'm excited. I hope you are as well.
You're watching USA Wrestling Weekly. We'll be right back.
ASICS has been there. They've been the lifeblood of the sport. It's been a long time, and they've been at the top of the game every year, forever. And I'll tell you what, now that I think about it, maybe that's where I've gotten my inspiration, because you know, I always want to be in the top of my game in wrestling, and I think that's where ASICS is and wants to be as well.
Hi, I'm Wayne Boyd, Director of Operations and Development for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club. The club was founded to help wrestling worldwide, especially at our senior level, of course at the collegiate level, and the high school level. But the most important level for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club is the kids level. And these are some of the guys today that will be tomorrow's Olympic champions. Let's hear it, guys.
Titan Mercury!
That's Titan Mercury Wrestling Club, San Marino, California.
3 U.S. teams have now returned from international competition, and we've had the chance to talk with our national coaches about the American effort overseas. Greco-Roman Team USA is coming off its best performance in more than a decade at the Hungarian Grand Prix. Jordan Holm finished with gold at 187, while Spencer Mango grabbed the silver at 130, and Joe Rau brought home bronze at 176. Here's National Greco-Roman coach Matt Lindland.
I don't think it's been since '99 since we came home with 3 medals, so it's a very good performance for our team overall. But it's nice to see Jordan finally getting on top of that medal stand, because he knows he's capable of it. We do as his coaches, and it's good to see him actually be able to go out there and prove it.
A large group of men's freestylers were in Belarus at the Alexander Medved International, and they brought home some hardware as well. Olympic and 2-time world champion Jordan Burroughs won a gold medal in a loaded 163-pound division, winning bronze medals emerging talent Richard Perry at 189 pounds and a rising heavyweight star Zach Ray. Here's assistant national coach Bill Zadek.
What these kids learn from competing internationally, competing in Europe with, you know, most of the top countries in the world, Russia, Azerbaijan, of course Belarus, there were some Iranians there. Strong competition. Encouraged by our performance overall, but like I said, we still have plenty of work to do.
The U.S. women's team was in St. Petersburg, Russia, competing at the Women's World Cup. Team USA went 2-1 in its pool, beating Azerbaijan and Poland before losing to Japan. In the 3rd-place match, the USA fell to Mongolia. Highlighting the U.S. performance, Adeline Gray and Helen Maroulis, who were undefeated on the weekend. Here's national women's coach Terry Steiner.
We've got to get out there and fight and believe in ourselves, and I think we're just respecting our opponents so much right now and not giving ourselves the respect that we should, and because of that we're wrestling very hesitant, and that's got to change. You can't win wrestling hesitant, and we've got to get out on that competition mat and compete.
Prior to the Division I tournament, the D2 Nationals were also held in St. Louis inside Chivets Arena. After placing 2nd 3 of the last 4 years, St. Cloud State captured its first NCAA wrestling title last weekend. Coach Steve Costanzo talked about his team's journey to the top.
I'm happy for our alumni and all the people that wrestle for St. Cloud State. And of course, our administration's been behind us and let us do our own thing and been supportive of all the tournaments that we go to, even though our college is in a little bit of a deficit right now. you know, for them to allow us to continue to do what we do, we really appreciate that.
The Huskies entered the gold medal round having already locked up a share of the team title, but Tim Prescott clinched the championship by defeating returning runner-up TJ North of Augustana 3-2 in the opener at 125.
It's unreal. I mean, I'm speechless because I've never really been in this kind of spotlight before. I came up short in high school and in JUCOs, and then coming here and just giving my all through that heartbreak and keep pushing forward. It's just unreal.
Placing second with 2 individual champions was Nebraska Kearney. Junior Daniel DeShazer captured his second NCAA title in the past 3 years, beating Ashland's Michael Labrie at 133. The final score was 6-6, but DeShazer won on 4 seconds of riding time in the final tiebreaker.
Got to wrestle your match. This year, I mean, I wasn't really moving my feet, but I noticed like throughout halfway the match, he was just trying to save his energy. And I don't know whether that was for his top game or rather he thought we were going to go deep into the match, but while he was saving his energy, I was saving mine also.
UNK's Romero Cotton won his second straight at 197 pounds, scoring an overtime takedown to top Newberry's Houston Evans 3-1.
Coming into this year, everyone kind of had me somewhat figured out, it seemed like, kind of get on my head and slow me down. And I mean, there's a lot of film out there, so you can definitely tell that everybody have game planned and did their study. So, I mean, I just tried not to get impatient and just wait for him to open up. And when he did, went ahead and got the takedown.
Here's Kearney head coach Mark Bauer on the runner-up finish.
We knew going out there it was going to be a tough match, but you know, he put together a drag sweep, got in once, and then got one there in the overtime, and a great way to finish the match off. But proud of both of them, working hard, and you know, the wrap things up. You know, we're going to get second as a team. Hats off to Steve Costanza. Their team was flawless this weekend, but proud of our guys for all of them putting in the effort, and even the guys that didn't play still contributed to us getting second this year.
In just their 4th year of competition, tournament host Maryville ended the tournament with 61 points and a 3rd-place finish. There was tremendous balance in the field as 9 teams came away with an individual championship. Notre Dame's Joey Davis won his 3rd national title, edging Maryville's Zeb Wally 3-2 at 174. Davis is now 108-0 in his career and could become the 5th wrestler to win 4 NCAA Division II titles in 2016.
He doesn't shoot at all, so, I mean, when a guy just don't shoot at all, he thinks he's just going to win close. You know what I mean? That's his bad, but I'm very technical in my game, and I knew I was going to get that takedown pretty sooner or later, so it shows my dominance, shows how I am in the game, in the sport of wrestling. So, I mean, it's overwhelming without the words right now.
Senior Daniel Ownby of UNC Pembroke repeated as the champion at 141 pounds, beating Western State's Corbin Bennett's 13-5 in the final round.
Finishing with dominating style, it's unbelievable. I mean, kid was a tough opponent, but I went out there to make UNCP history, first 2-time wrestling national champion, and so, I mean, I went out there and dominated. My last match was just a dominating fashion, so I loved it.
Central Missouri's Frank Cagnina won his 2nd straight title by defeating Terrell Wilborn of Lindenwood 5-2 at 149 pounds.
He's done that before, you know, like they don't want to wrestle me, so I got to keep on attacking, but it's kind of hard, like when someone doesn't wrestle, you know. But yeah, I just kept the foot down, and yeah, it paid off, you know.
Ziad Haddad of Kutztown also repeated as champion at heavyweight. He took out Austin Gorgon of St. Cloud 8-6.
Congrats to the St. Cloud kid. He made me work.
He's not going to give up, is he? He came back.
He just keeps coming and coming, you know, and I knew that was going to be the case. And, you know, God's great, man. You know, he blessed me with some strength to dig deep in the end and get some key takedowns, and I did.
Colorado Mesa's James Martinez became his school's first national champion with a wild 8-7 victory over Anderson's Sean Turner in the finals at 157.
I came off the mat right before we got a break, and trying to look at my coach, and he's like, 15 seconds. He's like, 15 seconds for the rest of your life. And when I took that shot, and I was buried, and he was bringing me back, it's all I could think in my head was 15 seconds for the rest of your life, and I just pulled his legs in, and it was just you know, deep down right here, my coach and me, and that kind of meshed together, you know.
Returning runner-up Chris Watson of Central Oklahoma won the 165-pound title with a 7-2 win over Lake Erie's Matt Vandermeer and was also named the outstanding wrestler.
I definitely felt comfortable today. We got out there for warm-ups, and it was almost like coming back to your home. You know, you go out there and you kind of know what to expect. You know, the lights don't really bother you. You know, I didn't want to be a runner-up again, and I wanted to go out and make sure that my performance got me to the top of the podium.
Dallas Smith edged Nick Burghardt of Maryville 4-3 in the final round at 184 to become the first ever NCAA champion for Ouachita Baptist.
Something I've worked for my whole life, coming to a close right here. I don't know, it's just really exciting for myself and for my team as well. Just the best group of guys that I could have ever met, and I'm really happy to be a part of the team and just appreciate them being on this ride with us all together.
We'll have more of USA Wrestling right after the break.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
Now we head to Hershey, Pennsylvania, home of the Division III Nationals. And once again, it came down to the two powerhouses, Augsburg and Wartburg. Wartburg held the lead after the opening day, but on the second day, Augsburg came storming back. In the end, the Augies came away with bonus points in 16 of their matches and won 2 individual titles to win their 12th national championship by 10.5 points over Wartburg. Capturing his second NCAA title and winning the Outstanding Wrestler Award was Augsburg senior Mike Pfuffinger, who won the title at 125, 15-2 over Lucas Malberg of Messiah. The Augies also secured the title at heavyweight. It was Donnie Longendijk scoring on an escape to defeat Terrence John Jacques of Rhode Island College 1-0.
It was a whole team effort. We wrestled really well from start to finish. Great tournament by all of our Augies. It should be a tight match. Tried to control the pace of the match. A lot of hand fighting. That was my goal, to win it like that.
Wartburg's Kenny Martin recorded 3 takedowns in an 8-3 win over Delaware Valley's Vinny Fava. Wabash had 2 brothers win gold and finished 3rd in the team standings. Connor Lefevre beat Zach Zitolo of the College of New Jersey 5-4 at 174, and Riley Lefevre won his 2nd straight title at 184 with a 5-3 win over Wartburg's Devin Peterson. Washington and Jefferson's Nick Carr won the first ever national title for his team with a 6-2 win over Reese Lefevre of Wabash at 157. Cortland's Joe Giarmiti grabbed the crown at 197, beating Shane Seifert of Wisconsin Whitewater 6-4 on a takedown in overtime.
My coaches just kept on telling me to just push throughout the match, even if I'm down at any time at some point in the match. And, I just had to believe in myself, and I was able to pull out the win.
Other individual champions included Wilkes Matthew Grossman at 133, C.J. Palmer of Hunter College at 141, and Coe's Faraya Sawara at 165. We now move on to Allen, Texas for the NCAA Nationals, where Liberty University won its first team title and crowned 2 individual champions along the way. Sophomore Ryan Deal won his second title at 141 with an 11-1 decision over Adam Connell of Navy Prep. Deal also was named the outstanding wrestler and became the first in NWCA history to win the OW award twice. Liberty's Joshua Lopez took home the title at 174, beating Phil Mara of Penn State New Kensington 8-2. In Division I, Middle Tennessee finished second and Rochester in third. Air Force Academy Prep was led by 3 champions, Isaac Jimenez at 125, Alex Mossing at 157, and Anthony McLaughlin at 184. Naval Academy Prep had a pair of champs, Nicholas Gill at 149 and Daniel Hawkins at 197. Davenport University also finished with 2 champions, Zach Yates at 133 and Glenn Gurink at heavyweight. Other individual champions included Ruger Piva of Montana Western at 165 and Stuart Maddox of North Florida at 235. Washington State won the D2 title, and the women's division title went to Southwestern Oregon Community College. Congratulations to all of the All-Americans at this year's event. We'll have more with USA Wrestling right after the break.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
In next week's show, we'll have a full report on Flow Premier League 5, which is being held alongside the Division I championships at Union Station in St. Louis. The FPL 5 main event will feature 2009 world silver medalist and 2012 Olympian Jake Herbert taking on 2014 world team member Ed Ruth at 190 pounds, 2 athletes who combined for 5 NCAA titles. The co-main event is at 180 pounds. 4-time All-American and University World Champion Tyler Caldwell will face 2-time All-American and current Bellator fighter Chris Honeycutt. Prior to that, a dynamic high school all-star duel will be held at the Missouri Border Brawl. A team of Missouri wrestlers will take on a team of high school stars from the states bordering Missouri. The event will feature numerous state champions, Fargo All-Americans, and top Division I recruits. Another great professional event coming up, Agon 5 Iowa Against the World, will take place on Friday, April 3rd in Cedar Rapids, Iowa at the U.S. Cellular Center. Former college stars from the University of Iowa will take opponents under modified rules. The event is being promoted by Agon and will be held in partnership with the Global Wrestling Championships. The main event will feature Iowa's 2-time NCAA champion and 3-time world team member Brent Metcalf against the 18-year-old phenom Aaron Pico. In the co-main event, NCAA champion for Iowa and 2014 world team member Tony Ramos will take on Olympic champion Henry Cejudo, who is currently an undefeated star with the Ultimate Fighting Championship. Popular former Hawkeye star and 2-time NCAA champion Matt McDonough will battle Angel Escobedo, who won an NCAA title for Indiana and was 5th at the 2013 Worlds. In a rematch of the 2013 NCAA Finals at 157, Iowa's Derek St. John will battle Jason Welch of Northwestern. The other professional bout pits past Iowa All-American Philip Ketty against Deron Wynn. Now check out this promo for Agon 5. To order your tickets, call 1-800-745-3000 or visit the U.S. Cellular Center ticket office. It's time for the USA Wrestling Photo of the Week. The pictures are sent in by wrestling families and fans around the nation and are also being considered for the photo contest page in USA Wrestler magazine as well as for the USA Wrestling Facebook page. This week's photo was sent in by TJ Lettner and shows 10-year-old Braden Lettner of the Park Wrestling Club of Cottage Grove, Minnesota, going for a pin in a recent match. Have your photographs considered for USA Wrestling's photo contest simply by emailing them to Gary Abbott at gabbott@usawrestling.org. That'll do it for this week's show. From all of us at USA Wrestling, I'm Ross Peterson, and thanks for watching.